Hello, this is Teresa. I'd like to wish everyone a good morning and thank you for joining my channel, or returning. But anyway, I'm going to do my journals today. I'm going to bind them. At first, I was going to do the covers first, but I'll explain why I'm going to be sewing my journals first, sewing my signatures first. But these are the supplies that I have. I don't think I'm going to use the clips, but sometimes when you have thicker books, you want to clip the pages, so when you stick it with the dowel, that's what this is called, I believe. I call it pokey thing. You want to make sure that it's going in evenly through all the pages. So I'm going to put these off to the side. I'm not sure if I'm going to use them or not. So then I have my different colors of thread. Now these are wax threads, and I like them better because when you get to tie the knots when you're done, it tends to hold better. I was using these for when I was doing my Coptic stitch, my other ones. And of course you need scissors, pencil. Here's another dowel. This was a thinner one. I think I'm going to use a thicker one. And then you got your bone folder, in case you want to make the creases of your pages nice and crisp, and the rulers. I'm going to be using this here one, but I already have my template measured out with this here. Now I'm going to re-punch the holes in my book, and this is what you use when you go to do your books. This is what you punch the holes in with, so you don't damage your table. But first, let me explain why I'm going to be doing the sewing first, and not the cover, because I was going to use these as covers. And see, I just put paper on top, and the reason why I was going to recover it, because you can see these edges here, they're like overlapping. You can tell. It's not, I just wanted to make a base thing to make it, more sturdy. I was going to have more of a hardback book, but it's going to be more of a softback book since I'm going to be covering it with cloth. But the reason why I'm going to be doing these first, my sewing in my signatures first, get my thoughts straight here. Say I got the spine material right here, right? Well, you don't want to cover that up completely. I'll probably bring it about like this. And so this is bigger than what my signatures are, because you turn it around, you see, got that much more space. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure how big I want them, and cut them out, and then, before I put the material on them. So you got to make sure your pages are right side up. This is the center. You take this in. Now the way I measured them, right? I creased it here, okay? And that's how I found the middle. And then the ends is 1 inch from the edge. This is how I measured them. Now doing these journals, I want to record everything that I do in my video. That's why I named my page Portfolio, Teresa Rose's Portfolio, because I want to have a record of all my crafting. So there maybe, or not maybe, but there will be continuations of the sewing, because I'm going to be recording all my books sewing them. So I may have like part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. I just want you guys to bear with me, that's all, while I do these. And my next ones that I do, I probably won't be talking a lot. I'll probably just be on there busy, sewing them together, because of that way I get done faster. I have me a timer set for 30 minutes, so you may hear my timer go off. But so you gotta make sure your pages are aligned. Make sure you got that in that crease real good. And then I'm going to poke it on through like that. Now that's a little bit bigger hole, so I think I'll be able to get through this time. Yeah. Okay, now put this one off to the side. And you gotta make sure you get the right do it the same way each time, so you not off center when you put your book together. My videos, I'm not gonna call these tutorials. I learned everything I do with journaling, beading, everything I do was mostly with the journaling. I learned everything online. You know, I watched a lot of YouTube videos. And the one person that I really enjoy watching, her name is Natasha from Treasure Books. So this is where I learned this binding at, that I'm going to be doing. And so this is my first time doing it. So that's why it's going to take me a little bit longer to do, because I want to take my time in doing my journals. That's going to slide off. I want to take my time in doing my journals because I want to do them right. And then the fun part is going to come when we go to decorate the insides. But I like to get my journals done. I'm hoping I'm in frame and you can see everything I'm doing here. I like to get my journals done and sewn together, and so I could decorate them. But I got like 6 more to do. These are just 3 other ones right here that I'm... Now this is how I'm gonna sew them. I don't need this no more. Put this off to the side. I already thread my needle. I put a long thread on. A long piece of wax thread. Because I want to have dangles hanging out of my book. At least that's what I'm thinking. I can see how that looks. Now, how you do it. You go in through the middle. I'll show the first couple ones. And then I'll do the other ones quietly. And then my editor can add some music. Nice soft music. So you're in here. Okay, I was doing it wrong. You got to come back in to the top, like so. It's better that I made the holes bigger, because before I couldn't do it because I couldn't get the needle through. And that's how I put my finger. Now you're in the side again, and then you go back out through the bottom. You skip the middle, you go back out through the bottom. And I want this to be a rather long thread. Well, let me bring it back through here, and then I'm going to set it where I want the thread at. And so you come right back in through the middle. Like that. Now you take this needle off. Whoa, don't go over those books. They're just determined to escape, you know. And let me put this needle in my pin holder. So I got a longer one here. But what I always do when I take a needle off, no matter what, I have to stick it into something. I have my dogs and my cat. They like to find stuff on the floor and bite at it. Now what I want to do is I want to pull these through. Okay, now see? I got 2 dangles. I'm not sure if I'm going to make a dangle up top or a dangle down the bottom. So that's why I'm making them longer. Now you got this in the book. Okay, you got to turn it over to make sure it's tight in the back, which it is. And then tie it. I'm going to tie it like 3 times. Now a lot of people, what they do, they make a bow in the middle. So if my dangles don't look right, I gotta make a little bow. Next time I might make 2 knots though. Because it looks like that would be a little bit bulky. See if I can squish it down a little bit. There, yeah. Next time I want to do 2 knots. Now this one's done. Put this one off to the side. And now I come back in here. Where's my... Here it is. Whoa. Is this the thread that I was using? I got like 2. Yeah, this is the one that I was using. This here pink. Now, I'm going to make it rather long. Like this. through here like this. And I'm going to leave it long, like that. Yeah. Okay, now you come back in through the top. Yes, it's much better now that I got the holes bigger. And then you skip the middle, go all the way down to the end. And then you come back in through the middle. Okay, then you take this. Okay. And then what I need to do though is I think I'll tie it off. I'm just going to come through a little bit more. And it's also best to see you got this long piece in the middle. I hope I did it to my one book. Is to tie it on both sides of it. So then you're tying that down in the middle. Like this, yeah. Let me see if I did that to my other book. I hope I did. 2 knots is sufficient. Now I gotta cut a little bit off here because this is a little bit too much. Okay, now I need more thread. This one I'll make longer. That might not have dangles coming out, you know. But I would like to see how it looks. Maybe the dangles might be funny looking because it's wax thread, you know. Okay, so here like this. Leave a nice teal. Leave it like that. Come back in. And then go back out the bottom. And then come back in through the middle. Oops, I didn't go through all the pages. There we go. Again, I see this one I may have had too much thread. But it's okay. I'm going out tomorrow anyway. I'll probably be buying more. You gotta make sure you get it nice and snug on the outside here too, though. I'm not sure which thread. Okay, there it goes. Now, just 2 knots instead of 3. And see, I didn't do it, but since I'm doing 2 knots, I'll do it this time. You gotta make sure you're going around this here thingy. The long one in the middle. And see, these knots are really hard to get out. That's why I like them. The wax thread, because yeah, see, it's nice and tight. Okay, now I'm gonna cut some off on this side. Put it over here. So that's 3 signatures done. That one's through. You open your book up. Your signature rather. Start pouring out a book because it's not a book yet. And you bring it in. This one might be a little bit too long too, but that's okay. Bring it in. Bring it back through. Okay, through here. hope everyone has a really nice Memorial Day. I want to clean my grill, because we're going to be grilling some stuff outside. Pull this one through. There we go. Okay. Secure my needle there too. Okay, now I want to make sure I do this right. Bringing one through. See how the back is. Yep. There we go. Nice and tight, but not too tight, because you don't want to zip your pages. One tie. Two tie. Okay. Here we go again. Go through. This tail. Go through here. Come down. Okay, now I thought this one here was a little bit longer. So I'm gonna have to pull it to make it fit. There. Can I pull this through a little bit more, huh? Maybe. Okay, I'll tighten it once I get it up. Now I'm not going to be able to have two long danglies. I'm probably not going to do what I did anyway. I have the danglies because the wax cord does feel kind of funny. Come back up through the middle. Okay. Nice and tight on the one side. Let me get tight in the middle too here. Bring it around. Okay, let's see. Okay. Tie it 2 times. 1, 2. There. Now that's my butterfly journal. I have, and then when I go to put the cover on, I have these in order the way I want them. But I got 5 signatures here. Now I'm going to end this video so I can get me a throttle. And I'll see you in the next one. And I'm going to continue on binding my, sewing in my signatures rather. Sewing them together. There's my timer. Ah, see that? Perfect timing. Okay, so I'm going to say bye to everyone. And I'll see you in my next video. Everyone have a wonderful Memorial Day, okay? Bye-bye.